Hey everybody, Bonnie Donahue here, and I am so excited that we are back here again today with another awesome series for our wellness series. Yesterday we talked all about building nutrition, right, and trying to find like the right eating plan for us. Remember, every single person is going to be different. Remember, always make this your own and what makes you feel the best and you have the most energy. And I hope you guys enjoyed the workbook. I hope you guys filled out the quadrants and you answered the questions honestly. So that was the first step. So the second step today, we're going to talk about life hack supplementation. So it does supplements, the ones that I use personally, the ones that I feel amazing on. And I know a lot of us got started with doTERRA with the oils, right? Because we're an oil company. And the weird thing is, and this is the reason why I actually decided to take doTERRA supplements. One of the many reasons was that their supplement pack is their #1 selling product of all their products. Okay, so I'm like, okay, I just wanted to take their oils, and I didn't even really know much about the supplements, right? But they have the highest quality, supplements. I'm not going to talk a ton about that right now. You can go on doTERRA's website to learn more about that. But I want to kind of go over just the basics, and then the most important thing is how we can take them and make them into a regular routine. That's why it's called like a life hack, because just like the oils, they're awesome, but if you don't actually open the bottle and like you start using them, you're not going to get benefits. And same thing with the supplements. If you don't open the bottle and start using them, doesn't matter how awesome they are, you're not going to get the benefits. So today I want to talk about life hacks as far as how do we create that system that we actually remember to take them, right? And to get it into routine. So if you're listening, raise your hand right now if you're already taking the Lifelong Vitality. And also I'd love to hear how you take it, right? So do you take it in the morning, in the night, in the afternoon? Do you take them all at once? Do you break them up? Because there's a certain way to do it, right? But then again, like always, everyone is going to find like what works best for them. So I'll tell you what I'm doing, and I'd love to hear what you guys are doing too. But basically, doTERRA's the foundation pack is called the Lifelong Vitality Pack, right? And it's made up of the Microplex, VMZ, the EX Omega, and the Alpha CRS. Okay, so basically this is all of your supplements as far as minerals, vitamins, omegas, and there's essential oils all in one. So that's what I love to take it. I just feel really awesome when I take it. When like I'm talking to my customers or on my friends or just reading in this group, the top 5 things that like are reoccurring over and over and over again are: 1, people notice an increase of energy, right? So raise your hand if you need more energy. That is something that pretty much every single person I know, doesn't matter how much energy they have, they want more, right? So 1, increased energy. So that's awesome. Mood stabilizer, mood support. So if you're a woman like me, sometimes, you can go really high or really low. And what we want to do, especially during, the cycles and different things, we just want to try to stabilize as much as we can. A little bit, less distance between the highs and the lows and try to be more even keeled, right? So that's one thing that people say they right away, they're like, oh my gosh, my mood, they're feeling more mellow. They're feeling more, not on edge for different things. They're just feeling more like their normal self. My one friend, Megan, she shared in one of the other videos that we did, she goes, so this must be how my husband feels every day. Just more even instead of like the ups and the downs. You just start feeling really good, and then another top thing that people always say is improved sleep. Okay, so you're going to bed faster, staying asleep faster, or staying asleep throughout the night, and then waking up feeling refreshed. So that could be also why you're getting increased energy, right? Because it's a constant cycle. If you are having a good night's sleep, most likely you're going to wake up feeling good and feeling energized, and it's a really good pattern to get into. And then the other top thing is a decrease in occasional discomfort. So that's the compliant way of just any kind of issues you might be feeling in the body, especially with inflammation. The Lifelong Vitality is so big on helping with inflammation. So we have other products that help with inflammation too, but just if you're taking nothing else, you're just implementing the Lifelong Vitality, you're going to notice a difference. And so for me, energy was one of my top issues, and then inflammation. So at the time when I started taking doTERRA, I was struggling with, I've talked about it pretty openly on here before, but I try to be careful of what I say because I want to be compliant, but I was struggling from really bad Lyme disease. And one of the things that I was dealing with was inflammation all over my body. And sometimes it would get worse in my hands or my legs or my feet at different times. And again, I'm not trying to be compliant. I'm not going to say that just the supplements or just doTERRA did it, but since starting doTERRA, I lost 30 pounds. And the way I feel like a lot of it was inflammation, just so weird. And, again, we talked about, I found the right eating plan. I found, supplementation. I found the oils. Actually, I've always been into supplementation, but I changed up my supplements, right? Again, it's the cycle of feeling better and sleeping better. Then you want to eat healthier. You're not drawn to any of the garbage out there. So for me, the energy was like my top thing, and then inflammation. And everyone has a little bit of it, but if we can decrease it and we feel normal, that is life-changing. So that was really life-changing for me. So basically, how does Lifelong Vitality do all of these things, right? Oh, I don't know if you guys can see. I had all the bottles out. This is what they look like outside of the box. There we go. So how can these products do it? Well, it's because they're nutrition. So these are whole food supplements, right? And so like we talked about yesterday, nutrition is everything. It's the bottom of our wellness pyramid. So it just can change every aspect of the body. That's why it's so important, and we're talking about it right away. We have other things to talk about in this series, right? Like sleep and stress and self-care and all that stuff. But nutrition is the core, right? So food, and then adding in whole food supplements can really be a game changer for anyone who wants to try to get healthier. So again, remember, the vitamins aren't going to work if you actually don't put them in your body. So you have to open up the bottles and start using them. So what I want to share is just some of the ways that we can actually create that lifestyle. So we're setting our system up for success. Because if you haven't been taking supplements and now you start, it's that's another thing that you're adding, and you have to remember to do it. And one of the things that I hear from women too, that they get started and they're like, I forgot, or it wasn't in the right spot in their house, so they don't go there to grab it or whatever. So what I want you to do today for your homework, but then there will be a little bit of workbook for you to fill out. It is, how can we put it into our lifestyle where we just remember to take it every day, right? Because that's the biggest thing, is taking it. I'm going to stop for 1 second. I see a ton of comments. So yes, it helps with fatigue, always being tired. There's other things that you can try too. If this doesn't work, there could be underlying issues, but I would say start with this and see how you feel. Your body will tell you if it's working. Your body leaves clues. It will tell you if you're feeling good, you're doing the right things. If you're not feeling good, something is off. And you have to always be your own best advocate, because you know how you feel, right? So I can't see the names of who's posting this, but someone on here is taking it, and also their husband, and they absolutely love it. Definitely helped with mood and anxiety from someone else. Someone else says they love it. Someone says they can't wait to try them and to get them. Another person said the Lifelong Vitality is why I started with doTERRA, complete game changer for their health. They love them. Awesome. Keep the comments coming and I'll read them. So let me share what I do. Like I said, I've been using supplements for a really long time, and I actually have in my house, when my house is not under construction or we're not going through craziness, I'm actually going to be doing a tour of my bathroom and my kitchen and all that, to show how we try to keep the healthy systems going. Also really good accountability, because then I have to set it up, and I'm excited about setting up health, in every area, and having diffusers going and whatnot. So I'll take you in more detail of what I do later on. But for now, I've been using this tray for a really long time now. Maybe as soon as I started doTERRA, I think I got this tray, or maybe even a little bit after. And so what I really like it is I just refilled it so everything's full, but I put in, you just drop it right into the little things. Actually, most of the time, I delegate to my kids. I love delegating, and this is such a great little activity for them to do. And I tell them how many, and they put them in. And what I like to do is they easily come off. So if I'm traveling, however many days I'm going to be gone, I'll just take them and I'll put them in my bag. Or if I'm going out to the restaurant, I'll just take one and put them in. So these are set up where you can actually do, you have one for the full day, or you can do the morning and the night, depending on what you want to do. So sometimes when I'm really on point, and I'm going to be totally honest here. So first of all, with the Lifelong Vitality, you take 4 of each bottle for the day, right? So ideally, you break them up, 2 in the afternoon or in the morning, right? And the other 2 in the other morning and the afternoon. So 2 in the morning of each and 2 in the afternoon of each. So it is a lot, right? But you're going to feel so good that it's like worth it. It's whole food supplements, right? So it's not just like, you know, artificial anything that you're putting in your body. Is real good quality. So sometimes, especially right now, my life is a little bit insane. So what I will do is I will just take a handful and take it all at once. I know that's not the best thing, that you should be spacing them out. But for me, I'm like never even in my kitchen right now because it's under construction. So I will just take them all, and then there you go, that I don't forget. Ideally, you take, again, half in the morning, half in the afternoon. We have other supplements that we take at night, which we'll talk about in the sleep ones, that you can do that. And the other reason that we do it in the morning and night, because that's when you want energy. I've had people come to me, tell them, saying that they take them at night, like in the afternoon at night, but it gives them too much energy and they can't fall asleep. So you don't want that either. There's no caffeine or anything in it, but again, you just get so much energy that, you know, just you take it in the day when you want the energy. And again, your body will tell you if it's working or not. Okay, someone else says the Lifelong Vitality has helped them with fatigue, and they have more energy, and they're more regular going to the bathroom, which is amazing. And actually, right after this video, we're going to talk about the PB Assist, and tomorrow we're talking about Terrazyme. So we have more where that goodness came from. And then she feels better with clarity, mental clarity, which is huge. Yep. Okay, so having this in your spot, and actually now that I'm saying this, I probably could be putting in some of these at my desk, some of these in my bathroom, so I can take them, you know, more spread out. But anyway, that's what I've been doing lately, and it works because I will not miss a day. I do not miss any days. Like I think I've only missed maybe a handful in the past, 2 years or more that I've been doing these. So these are just a non-negotiable for me. Now for my husband, he doesn't like taking as many, and he's a hit or miss. Like I literally sometimes I'm like, I have 4 kids, and then with him, he's sometimes my 5th because I have to like force feed him his supplements. That sounds so funny, but he's gone early in the morning and comes home late at night, and it's just something that he's not in the habit of doing. So I started him taking half dose just to get it going, and then I just bought this from, you know, with the pill case. The other tray I got from Amazon. This I just got from like a CVS or something. I'll post the link of where I get it, or where I got my vitamin tray from, because everyone asks me for it. So anyway, he just has a half dose with the PB Assist that we'll talk about tomorrow. So you really need to do what works for you. And then the other thing is I want to talk about the kids supplements. Sorry, I'm getting a call. Okay, so I get this question all the time. I have this down. I don't think it will go down anymore, so I'll just hold everything up. So the children's supplements and kids' nutrition is like just as important, especially in the early development years, right? We need to build a strong foundation for them and set good, healthy habits early on. So what we can do for them, so again, in my kitchen, I just have this whole supplement oil cabinet, and I keep everything there. Some of the moms that I've talked to, and this is such a good idea, they will take their PB Assist and they'll take their supplements and they'll just like leave it right on their counter or right on their kitchen table so they can take it. And so I'm like, okay, you can just really get creative with it. Whatever gets you and your kids taking them every day, that's what you do, okay? So these are the children's supplements. My older kids can just take the Lifelong Vitality because they love swallowing and they hate chewing. My Andrew is 5, so he takes these. He loves these. Let me show you what they look like. So they're pretty big. They have the natural watermelon flavor. My son is not picky at all. It took him about a week or 2 to get used to the flavor, and he likes to take it with water because he doesn't like the chalky, you know, it's a chewable, right? It's not a gummy, so he will drink it with water. Let me go back. Sorry for forgetting this, but I just want to say one more thing about this. Give yourself 1 to 2 weeks to get used to taking the supplements, okay? So sometimes sometimes if you don't eat enough fat with your meal and you take these, and you should always take them with the meal, you will, like I felt the oils, like I would burp them up sometimes just in the beginning if I wasn't eating enough. So take it with a meal and give yourself some time to get used to it. The other thing I will say, when you're taking supplements, there is a lot, right? So I'm not gonna hide that fact. You do take a lot, but you can start by just taking 1 of each a day, right? And then after a couple days, you can take 2 of each, and then work your way up. Maybe in a week or so, then you take the full dose, right? Some people do well on just the half dose, and some people, like me, I need the full dose, right? So again, listen to your body. There is not like one set way that everyone has to do it the same. You really need to listen to your body, and that's where I feel like nutrition can get fun because it forces you to pay attention to your body, right? I like that part of it. It makes you be aware of it. You're not just, again, like we talked about yesterday, we're doing this to build our health and to love ourselves and to feel good. So this makes you stop and like slow down and say like, okay, now I need to pay attention to how I'm feeling, right? Because once you're feeling good, you don't want to go back to feeling bad, right? That's why I've been able to stay on my paleo, lifestyle, because I don't want to go back to the way I used to feel, right? I don't want to go back to the way I used to feel before my doTERRA supplements or my oils. Like once you're feeling good, you don't want to go back. So that's why we have to get to that point and be aware of how we're feeling so we can stay in that zone, right? Okay, so with the supplements, again, they're chewable. If your child thinks they're too big or doesn't like it, you can use a pill cutter and cut them. Or when my kids were younger, I just took a little knife and just chopped it up if that helps them to take it. So 2 of these a day, okay, for the kids. And then these are the PB So these are probiotics for the kids, and they're like little pixie sticks. And oh my gosh, they are so good. Of all the kids and the moms like I've talked to, there is not one child that does not like these. In fact, most of the time the moms have to hide them. So maybe keeping them out on the counter would not be a good idea because you'll sneak them. Like one time, I think my 3 boys, this is like so bad, but like they ate almost the whole box in like 2 days because I left them out and they were like eating them all day long. So maybe that's not the best idea. But anyway, they do tear, but they're pretty hard to tear. So like I like to cut them. And then they just like put them under their tongue like a pixie stick, or you can put them in water. My kids just like doing the pixie stick kind of thing. They've never had a real pixie stick, but they're really, 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 really tasty. They're flavored with strawberry melon. And so probiotics that your kids will actually love. It's a really good deal. Like they're amazing. Even adults love taking them. And then the last thing for the kids is the IQ Omega. So basically brain health, right? Anytime you think of Omega, think of brain health. It's really good. This has obviously it's the fish oil, but they took all the fish flavor out and they added in the wild orange essential oil. So it tastes like no flavored, like no sugared wild orange oil, which is kind of weird. So most moms, some kids, like they will just take it out of the fridge. This has to stay refrigerated. They will just like dump a little bit in each kid's mouth. So you can do that. You can put it on a spoon and measure it. Sometimes people put it in like a applesauce. I would say the number one way that moms sneak it into their kids is through a smoothie. They'll just put it in, or I know a lot of moms will put in their own smoothie. Some people have used it as salad dressing. One mom that I've talked to uses it as a syrup for pancakes and French toast. So we have not tried that yet. I just learned about that tip. So basically, again, getting in the habit of just taking them is the best thing. I'm gonna try just dumping it into my kids' mouths, because getting 4 kids out the door is hard enough. So I can save the step of like putting a spoon in. That'd be good, because this is the one that we struggle with the most, just because it's not in our cabinet, it's in the fridge. So it's one more step. So we need to get better at taking that. So to kind of wrap it up, right? I'm going to go over the 5 most popular benefits that I hear from people, again, with the supplements. 1, increased energy, mood stabilizing. Oh, I forgot to say immune support. So that's like a super obvious one, but immunity, right? Huge for everything. Improved sleep, and decrease in occasional discomfort, right? So that is it. What I want you to do next is pull out your workbook, and in your workbook, there is going to be a spot on page 5, okay? And it's going to say, what's your strategy for taking your supplements, like morning, noon, night. Again, we're going to add the night ones in another video, but write down your strategy and like where you're going to put your supplements, okay? Make it like super detailed in my cabinet, on my counter, in my bathroom, next to your bed, maybe, where, you know, you can take it first thing, but whatever is going to work best for you, do that, okay? And then, since we talked about your eating plan yesterday, today I want you to actually start writing down like some meal ideas of what you're going to do for the next couple days, right? So there's a spot just to do some meal prepping, and for the next 7 days, okay? Write it out. I know meal prepping is super hard for me, we'll be honest. One of the things that we've done over the years, for the past 2 years or so, we ordered the HelloFresh. So that's like 3 dinners, and then I'll get like a chicken another night. And, you know, we sort of keep it simple, but it's done for you. So really just find what works for you. Okay. So write that down. That is your kind of homework for the night. Next, coming up, we're talking about more supplements, and exercise is going to be the next big thing. So get the meal plan ready, get your supplements ready, and then we're going to add in exercise. All right, a couple other questions. Let's see, do you know if there's an age to start the Omega? I couldn't find one online. Let's see if it says it on here. You know, it doesn't say it, but so I don't want to say anything that's not right, but when I was nursing, so I didn't have this. I actually did ecological breastfeeding, and so I didn't give them any food until after a year. But for something like this, I would, let's see, I honestly don't know. I think if it was me, I'd feel comfortable after like 4 months, but honestly, that's not a question that I feel good enough answering, because we did not have this when my kids were babies. And I didn't give my kids like any food. So I took all the supplements and they got it through my nursing, but they didn't have any food but my breast milk. And let's see. So if someone else has a baby, they can answer that in the comments. Let's see. Oh, someone else said they give their 5-month-old for breakfast and they put in a Tylenol syringe, and so it doesn't spill it everywhere. So there you go. Another tip that works for you. All right, you guys, I will be back later talking about probiotics for the adults. I will see you later. Have a good day. Bye.